Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can set up your Olis Connect with the Universal Robot. So here we have our Olis Connect, and the first step is going to be to plug in this USB key. And this is going to enable a access point Wi-Fi network on the Olis Connect. And we are looking for a network called Olis Connect-407. Alright, we can see the network is online there. So I'm actually going to show the quick start guide, which has a QR code that has the password for this Wi-Fi network encoded. So we can say connect to that network. And now that we're connected, we can go to Google Chrome and put in the IP address 192.168.12.1. And that's going to bring up the Olis setup page. And we're going to go through the guided setup. And we have a universal robot. Okay. And now we're going to configure the robot's network connection. First, I'm going to plug in the Ethernet cable that's connected to the universal robot. We're using a USB dongle that plugs into the front. And I can go back here, and we want our IP address to be 192.168.2.102. And the gateway is going to be 192.168.2.1. And then we can hit next. And it's telling us that we want to connect to that IP address from the UR cap. So we'll go here to the UR cap, and I've entered that IP address there, so now I can hit pair. And we'll go back to our settings page, and we can see that we've confirmed that we've set the IP address correctly on the Olis Connect and that the robot is connected. The next step is setting up our internet connection. And for that, I'm going to plug in this Ethernet cable, which is connected to our local network. That going there. And so we're using the Ethernet port, using the default settings, and this just confirms that it gets an IP address and that we're able to ping the internet. That all looks good. And this page gives us an overview of all of our IP addresses. And the important one is that on our local network with the DHCP connection, that our IP address is 5.93. So the next step is to unplug the USB stick. Unplugging the USB stick, and that's going to disable that access point Wi-Fi network. So now I'm going to connect to our normal company network. It's called Olis, it's connected. And then I'm going back to Google Chrome, and I'm going to use that IP address that we remembered, which is 192.168.5.93. Now we're greeted by our standard interface, and the last step here is to plug in the USB cameras. So I have two here. And then a third one here. Let's go here, and it's going to refresh when you plug in a new camera. Alright, so we have our cameras plugged in, everything is connected. We can hit operate, and we can power on the robot. We can unlock it. You can see I have the PyApp demo program selected, and then I can hit run. And that's how you set up your Olis Connect with the Universal Robot.